King, King, are you talking, Sin? I can see your mic open, but I don't hear you.
Nope.
Ah, there you are.
All right. Looks like we're streaming on all the platforms. The Decentraland stream is playing. Uh, Yay! We made it.
Yay, that's good. I'm just getting some pictures. Super cute. I love the summer look. I realized I was wearing boots, like Viking boots, in the summer. It's like, no, we can't do that.
It's summer over where you're at. I mean, Florida is still pretty cold. Last night was like a whopping like 60 degrees
Oh
outside.
my gosh, how do you do it? Do you have
I
ice
don't know.
creams?
Like I think we need to like kind of gather resources for like the last half of the year, get ready for winter.
Oh my gosh. Yep, the struggle is real, but you're strong enough to survive it. So that's good.
You say this until I freeze to death.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was 60. You're like halfway away from freezing, so I think you're good.
Oh, don't even get me started on New Year's. Like literally New Year's Day, I was like, uh, I went outside and it was like 40 degrees. I cannot. That was the coldest ever.
Oh, you. I mean, I want to say sweet summer child, but I don't want to say that. Let's see what temperature is it right here. I have a reliable source. Let's see. No.
What's it like living in paradise, Canessa?
Well, it's 30 degrees, so it's warm today. It's not too bad. Usually this time of year, it can get like 0 or like 5 below. Or I think last year it was 15 below. It usually doesn't get. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm like, usually it doesn't get that cold because like when I was a kid, there was this red flag that they would put out in the hall, and that meant that it was like 15 below with the wind chill, and like then it was too cold to go out. But if it's like 10 below, you better get your butt out there. But I remember, or I don't remember, but my parents said one Christmas it was 47 below. So my blood is just built for cold, not warm.
Nope, not for me. Nope. I don't think I will live north of anywhere like, let's see, the most north I've lived was like New Jersey. No more north than that.
Well, in Decentraland, we're all warm and cozy because our laptops are probably keeping the room warm. I know that in the summer, my room is like way too warm because the heat of a laptop like makes it warmer than it is. So I guess that's a plus.
Most definitely, most definitely. Let's see. I'm just looking around the room. I see that we have Greensifer and listeners. Meta Beast. What up, Meta Beast? What up, Jim? Gaius. Hello. And in the world, on the central end, we have the Fred Elf Harmony. Welcome, Max and Rustan. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to get your OP badge if you haven't already. I know I haven't, so I should probably get on that. Who is our featured OP badge victim? This
You'll have to see. You can look at the board down there and see who it is.
you'll have to see.
You'll have to see.
I mean, better be me.
You were already on it. I'm
I
trying not to
know.
double people up.
Oh, this is a good one. He looks scary,
I know.
even though he's the sweetest ever.
I know. I know.
Definitely
Yeah.
claiming
I
that
like this
badge.
one. It was like I wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm trying to keep the format similar so that they always kind of look, like the font is the same and the double rings on the outside. But this one is a little bit different. This one is zoomed in, and I want to make them cool. I want to make it like, if people have never heard of Decentraland before and they see these on the open page, they're getting a little glimpse of each one of us when they see it. I love the elf one. The composition of that one, I was like, oh yeah. Except I'm missing an elf, and I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't have a third elf in there.
How could you miss the third elf?
I know. I just
The,
didn't have a picture of the third elf. But yeah, it's been really a cool way to celebrate the people that are here all the time. Like I didn't
Next
even
year, you're
realize.
gonna get 2/3 presents of a present from
Yeah,
Santa. Look at that.
probably. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, I didn't intend for it to be like more than it is, but now I'm like, oh, it's so cool that we can put people on it and get, it's like getting a warm hug for the day. It's kind of cool.
Hopefully, Meta Tiger wakes up in time to see his cool OP badge
Well,
or
it's Meta
his
Wolf.
face.
Meta Wolf.
Oh yeah,
Meta Tiger is a little
yeah.
different.
My bad. Yeah. Meta Wolf. Hopefully, he wakes up in time,
Yeah,
or is probably at work right now.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, so Harmony can see the stream now. This is awesome. We have a Jim Cedric in world. What up, Jim? Make sure to get that OP. Oh, we got He Knows Gaming that just popped in the world.
Oh, he knows. Welcome.
Lucky.
Oh my gosh.
He came to bless us with some
Yeah, he
weed
did.
smoke.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He's a weed smoke shaman.
He's looking a little peaked though. He's looking a little dried out.
Mm.
He knows
Just
I'm
drink some
working.
water.
Yeah. I'm working on a new build that we're gonna deploy in February. Well, I guess we'll talk about it later too. But it's kind of like a Winterfest build, and so I mean, after 5 years of working at a ski resort, I know the ins and outs, and like I know the things that it should have, and I know the things it has to have, and so like there's gonna be a snow cave off to the side. I don't know if you guys know what a snow cave is, but like when I was a lifty, my coworkers would build like 2-story snow caves, like basically just like a giant snow fort. But it was you could call it the green room also. And they used to get in so much trouble because the groomers that are like not the same as the people building these snow caves, the groomers would be coming, middle of the night, like in the zone trying to fix everything, and they'd like not realize that the snow drift in front of them wasn't solid, and they'd break through it into these giant like smoke rooms, and they'd be so mad, and they're like, you can't do that anymore, you guys, like everybody knows what you're doing in there. Two like rooms, but you had to slide on your belly to get in and out. It was such ski resort is like historically accurate, and so yeah.
Yeah, make sure that the gondolas or whatever the ski lifts are to code.
Oh yeah.
Can support enough weight
Oh my gosh, yeah.
for Decentraland friends.
There's a lot of skunks in the woods there. Like, I mean, just if you're riding down the woods like on your snowboard and all of a sudden you smell some skunks, it's just watch out. They don't hibernate.
Are, Are you talking about your coworkers or actual skunks?
I'm not talking about actual skunks. No, there'd be like
Uh,
very specific places that everybody goes to, so everybody kind of makes it and shares the same cave. Um, yeah, so so I got to figure out how to do that in Decentraland, like with a build, like because I think people won't get it, they won't understand it, So like, I want the chairlift to go right by a cave, and then all you see is like smoke pouring out, and then like coughing. But I think people will be like, "What? I don't get it. Who's coughing?" But uh, it's just part of the culture.
maybe like a sign. Like I don't know, it's something wintry and smoker clever.
Yeah. Well, usually they'd be marked with like official signs from the ski resort that were torn off from somewhere else because they were probably old and then like put somewhere. But most of it, like it was like very much on the down low. So you had to know. You had to like connect the dots. So I'll make it like that, like connect the dots. Because on remember the old lodge that I made for Decentraland years ago, it had like one little part surrounded by trees that were just like bottles and stuff. It was a good place to hang out. So if anybody wants to, help build the future and build something cool for winter, I'm hoping old guy shows up later and we can chat about it a little bit more. But love to have more people build. Um, yeah, I guess we're just hoping that we can get like anybody that wants to make a scene. It could be like, I mean, it could be parkour, it could be real simple. Like, I don't have coding tool or coding abilities, not that good. But so I'm just making like a chairlift, like a ski resort kind of place. But if other people have games, you could do like, I don't know, bobsled or biathlon, stuff like that. And then we just come together and play games for 2 weeks. But we definitely don't call it anything that starts with an O because that word is copyrighted.
So is it copyrighted if you added the Decentraland right in front of it?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're probably it's copyrighted globally. So like
That
not even
that
just ours. So we're not doing that. We're doing
you
other.
know, I could sit here and talk about for hours how the Olympics are really bad for its athletes that are the main draw, but I'm just gonna not do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Be fun to get some like Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding, like skating outfits and go out on the ice.
Why not Michael Phelps?
Because I think those girls were just different. I think they just operated differently.
I think Michael Phelps could swim in ice cold water and very fast, maybe like a dolphin.
True, we could have really cold water. That would be cool.
Morning specimen 13, my good
Oh,
friend.
13. How are you? So cool to see you here.
Yes, yes, good morning, good morning. Uh so like also I know you guys have been all, focused on the Winterfest and whatnot, but personally myself, my thoughts have been shifting towards our uh our 5 year anniversary. Wait, or is it 4 year? It's 4 year.
Yeah, in May. Or are
Yeah.
you talking about December?
Yes, in May.
That's cool.
Now for Decentraland, that would be 6 year anniversary on well, what is it, like February 20th?
Yes, it is. Crazy how that time passes.
Not many things last 6 years in this fucking space. Like
Yeah.
fucking people are jumping around like every 6 months.
Yeah. Well, it'd be cool to do something kind of like in between. Like if we're gonna do Winterfest, have some kind of like celebration for the 6 year as well. But we can only do so much. Like, do what we can.
Yes, CBD birthday important. Yes, 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 yes. I already have an idea on a wearable to give away, and it's been kind of like an idea that we've kind of talked about. Well, we voted in a certain mascot, so so I think it would be cool to bring him to life. Now I have to find the artist that will be able to do this.
Yeah, that'll be cool. And what about emotes? More emotes?
I'm not the emote person. I'm barely the wearable person. I just talk and
How about your
organize
land?
party.
Can you let people build on your land? I know that there are people who are interested for like the Winterfest, and maybe they could build something on the land that you have.
Anyone can build on my land. They just have to build on
Nice.
it.
And
That's why I
greens
say
and Greensifer, hello, hello, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, Canessa. How are you guys, Sinful?
Doing good. Just
no.
sipping our coffee. Waking up
Hell
soon.
yeah. Bro, you know what I was gonna say, Canessa? I was gonna say, you know the little knickknacks you put in your builds? They're honestly my favorite things ever. Like, you know how you're talking about the little ice cave? I remember, bro. I remember. Um, Yeah, it was a treehouse, I think. It was a treehouse. There was a. I remember I was exploring it, and I went where like normal people aren't supposed to go, and all it was so cool because it was just a bunch of like bottles, just like sitting, and I'm just like, bro, this is so cool. Like to a point where like even years passed, dude, and I still remember it so fresh, and like those are like the things that you would want in a build because they actually like stay in your memory, dude. Like like I still remember those bottles, bro. It's so much fun, and
So
yeah.
awesome. That's I'm glad that's cool to hear you say that because I would start putting them out because like I think Sin rolled through the airship once and had a party while I wasn't there and I saw all the pictures. And so then the next day I threw a bunch of bottles there and I was like, "Would you get your damn streamer trash out of my airship or like at least separate the recycling from the garbage before you go?" And then yeah, kind of escalated from there. But that's cool that you remember that. That's I have not deployed that build for a long time, so that warms my heart.
Bro, hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you, just hearing you warms my heart. I'm telling you. But yeah, even me, bro. I'm trying to like I'm trying to definitely like build more this year, 100%. I was looking at lad too, dude. Mana obviously went up since the last time we talked, right? I was trading at like 11 cents. Now it's at like 14.5, 6. Um, but yeah, so like land's getting like eat up pretty fast too. That's what I'm noticing. Like the listings I was looking at, they're gone. Some of them actually gone, but they're still there. But Sinful, you were saying how we need like people building on vacant land, right? Um, I had a question for you guys. I was hoping Rustan or Arjavs was in here also, so I could pick their brains. But you know, like obviously, like we know how to like build like manually and stuff like that, right? But I was curious. I'm like, I was exploring Claude and stuff, and I'm like, yo, dude. Um, if we had like a desktop app of Claude installed, right, to a point where we can point it to our like folder which has all the things for our scene in it, right? What's stopping Claude from actually automating our Decentraland build process? Um, you know, because Claude can be plugged into Blender, right? So it can even help you build your Blender scene. but it is specialized in the code part, right? So like actually putting the functionality, it's like imagine just giving a Claude the DCL repository and then being like, yo, bro, go do stuff. Um, like I haven't tried it yet. I was going to, but like I was just considering it, because I was just like, how do I want to approach this time? Um, but yeah, if you guys have any thoughts on that.
I think that's a great idea, and I too would love to hear from somebody with like a deeper developer knowledge of what that could be. But yeah, I mean, seems like in theory you could do that with one account, and then people that don't have land or that have land that don't want to build on it could delegate their land rights to that account, and like the land would still be in your wallet, nothing would be compromised, but then that AI, that Claude, could decide what to build there. I mean, you could probably write a script like, based on the needs of Decentraland right now and the location and the neighboring parcels, build me an experience that you think would be the most useful for Decentraland. And I mean, I bet it could do it. Yeah.
Like I bet it's probably a lot more annoying and a nuisance. However, I bet it will definitely break the barrier of entry for even landholders, right? Because Claude, like you could pay for it and stuff, right? But Claude is you can use it for free also. Um, so that's why I was just like, I wonder if because I always had like the thesis that AI is going to be the one building out the metaverse, right? Because it had to be procedurally generated and stuff like that, and it always needs constant updates, and it's too much work. So I always thought that AI would eventually take it, but I never knew how it's going to take it, right? But I was looking at Claude. And it made sense. I was wondering like if these guys were already like implementing in their workflows or not, because it looks pretty straightforward. Like I don't think like I'll be able to tell it be like, yo, make me a 16, and it'll make me a scene. I bet I probably have to like be like, oh, make me a box and give it some texture, and then it's probably going to make me do some work still, right? But it's not going to be like modeling work. It's going to be more like linguistics and just playing with the words. But still, like I wonder, like I'm gonna go do this this weekend, like today and tomorrow. I'm gonna try to figure it out. But I hope I hope the big brains could roll in. It'd be fun. Because think about it, Sinful, wouldn't you want to like build on your own land without having to learn the mind bending skills?
Maybe if I had an idea, yes.
But
What
that's
if
the
you?
that like AI, if you tell ChatGPT, I want to build something really cool for Decentraland, I don't have any ideas, I'm not creative, help me. It will just it can do that. Like I've done that before. I've said, based on all the needs that you see of what Decentraland needs, what are the top 3 things that you would build? And it gave me like really cool ideas that, I mean, like, you should all just try it and see from your own perspective. Because then I'm like, okay, one of these is actually interesting, the others aren't. But I think Greensifer, you're right about like it's going to build the future, but it's going to be like maybe right next to us building it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Exactly. And I would like to even underline your point. Like the ideas thing, bro. I barely have fresh ideas these days. I'm not even joking, because I just make the AI do the work, right? Um, and my trick is I always tell it to give me like 100, a list of 100, so I can like scroll through and pick and choose. Because it will give you more if you ask for it. Um, but yeah, dude, like you don't even need ideas, bro. You could just make the AI. You basically just have to like guide it, bro. And just be like, yo, bro, help me, and it'll be like, yeah, bro, sure. Um, But yeah, but I don't know, dude. Like, I'm actually really, really bullish on Decentraland this time around, especially. I was talking to some guys. They're telling me about other side and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, dude, did you guys even get like the ability to deploy scenes yet? And they're like, maybe. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
They're playing red light, green light.
I know, bro. That would be
That
nice,
that
bro.
they're in Decentral. They're what Decentraland was like back in 2021 when the streamers came in and were like, okay, so next person to win the giveaway has to climb up this tree onto this Wonder Mine wall. The first one to do it will get the wearable. You know, type shit. That like.
Bro,
I look back at it. I almost laugh at myself here.
bro, I love Wondermine so much, bro. Wondermine, I have spent so many hours. I've made all my normie friends do Wondermine, bro. Now they would never ever stop teasing me about Wondermine, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It is the best. So
Wonder
much
Mine's the
memories.
shit, man.
Yeah, bro. Wondermine's actually the shit. So many memories been made there. For real.
Yeah.
But sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say I hate how it lost its like kind of like within the community momentum from when when the platform switched from 1.0 to 2.0. They didn't like upgrade until months later.
I feel like it kind of lost it before then. Like when it, I don't know, like the wearable dispenser wouldn't always work. So sometimes you would just grind for like months, and then there would be a specific event, and then the like you wouldn't get the one. I just remember getting like a granny sweater, and it was like, no, I don't want the purple one. I wanted like a different one, and so it was kind of the like that. That was like the start of it, but I don't know. Then the wearables were so much cooler at the early parts. I think as they went on, it was kind of like, oh, but then also like people getting harassed, and then the founder or the users or the people managing it were like they didn't care at all that females were getting harassed there. So I was like, you guys don't care.
Nah, they just cared about their Dow grants. Those were nice payouts.
Yeah, I was approached by somebody at DG to change my vote, to reconsider my vote, to support them because they've been around so long. I'm like, no, like just because you've been here doesn't mean you deserve more money.
Bro, how many people like ran voting campaigns that are nowhere to be found right now? Nowhere.
Lol, 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 lol.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Oh, you
Bro, but
know.
that means like next time trust your gut. That's what that means. Is like, these guys they know how to play the professional game, bro. But if only they just actually like worked on the part of like actually like sticking to it, and like not like changing your thesis every 2 seconds. But it's okay. It's okay. In my opinion, I'm still bullish on DAOs. Like, bro, I come from Polkadot. I don't know if you guys remember, but Polkadot loves DAOs. Loves DAOs. OpenGov is one of the biggest DAOs in the entire world, and it's just as dysfunctional, bro. Like Decentraland is actually, in my opinion, actually, Decentraland is one of the most sophisticated DAOs that I've experienced. And they're actually bullish, and you guys know what's up, right? So you guys know how fucked up and the fuckery that exists, right? But I just understand that it is still one of the most sophisticated, professional, and warm DAOs I have ever interacted with. And I bet they have tormented you a lot, but believe me, it is literally heaven compared to what is actually out there. But yeah,
You
what do
had
you?
you had me at the warm part.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you. See, so give me one example of another DAO that is even remotely close to Decentraland. Just remotely, like it could be like maybe like 550 miles away, but that's remotely close according to me. If you can find one, I'll be like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, all the other ones, to my experience, have all been unresponsive. At least, I guess at the Decentraland, that would tell you to go fuck yourself. So that there is an answer within that. Um, uh, but yeah, I mean, I like the newer changes that have been made with the most, with our we're revamping of our DAO. But what it was before, oh my god, no. Um, kind of do love the direction that we have at the moment, but in reality, like my question always goes back to like, is it even a DAO? Because like no one's voting. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's, yeah, like it. I mean, it's focused. That's that's something that's like some big flowers to give. It's finally focused and it's working towards a singular goal. But I don't know.
Well, and I think a lot of times, like if the Decentraland DAO is the first DAO you've interacted with, then this is going to be the model that you assume like this is what all DAOs look like. But that's not the case. Like there's a lot of different ways to run a decentralized autonomous organization, and it's becoming more and more common for DAOs to restructure so that there's a body similar to Regenesis Labs that is responsible for funding and management and creating content. So I would say like just because it's what we've known doesn't mean that like we're not a DAO just because it's changed. It's changed for us, but we've actually, I would say, gone like if you look up like DAOs 2.0, like a lot of DAOs are turning to this structure because one person, one vote doesn't necessarily work. A voting system that's based on like a equity, like a mana or land that you can buy, is always going to favor the first shareholders that were able to get into the project early. So I think until we have some mechanism to verify one person, one vote, soulbound token, something like that, there's just no no way to really validate each shareholder. And I think that to get that, we're taking a step backwards more into web 2. Like you can do it with, I know the seed Cyrus mentioned recently something about this scanner that can scan your retina, and that would be one way to verify like on chain that this is your person, this is your vote. But to me it's like we're in this like dichotomy where in order to go forward, we have to go back. In order to get 1-to-1 power, we have to go and give up some of our identity. So I think we have to be really careful about saying we're not a DAO, because unless you're an expert in the DAO ecosystem, or have done a lot of research on other DAOs and different ways that they're conducted, I just don't think that is a true statement. We still have the ability to vote on governance proposals. Without getting too deep in the weeds, we have the ability to, make changes, make POIs. Like, to be honest, anything that we do want to change still has to go through a vote. I mean, on the council, there's things that we've wanted to do, and we still have to look at like, okay, well, we would put this to a vote. The community would decide whether this is something that they want to support or not. And yes, I know the community, aka Esteban, is usually who does that. I don't necessarily like that, but at the same time, Esteban's here. He could have sold. He could have sold at $5.50. He didn't. So the fact that he is here, his voting power is here. Yeah, I'm still bullish on it, but it has forced me to confront my own discomfort and let go of the things that I believed was a DAO. Like, and I initially was very resistant to it. Like when I first started thinking about, more centralization around it, at first I was like, no, can't do that. But then I realized what we're giving up versus what we're getting. And I cannot say at all that I've missed people trying to buy my vote, the arguing in the Discord, the arguing in the DAO. Like, part of this has really allowed some of the negativity to just dissipate. There's negativity in different ways now, like, don't get me wrong. But I feel like it's been quieter but more constructive. And then as the grants are brought back, so there was a question in World, grants are being brought back this, I would say this year. I don't have an exact date. I believe it's going to be sooner than later, but I'm not going to speak on something I don't know. And they're going to be small, small grants. Yeah. Beyond that, I'll just let Regenesis Labs make any more specific details. But I think that that's going to be really good for people that are trying to build. I mean, anybody that's here in this room, you've been building in the darkest time. Like, if it were me, I would Oprah those grants. Like, if you're still here building, here, you get a grant, you get a grant, you get a grant. It's not up to me. So I don't know how it's going to be done, but I think that it's going to be a really good, important part to getting like some more momentum, getting that flywheel, as they always talk about, continue to move. Yeah, so I spoke a lot. MetaBeast, hello. You've got your hand up. How are you?
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I came up because of what you guys were talking, what Greensifer brought up with the AI, and I was just going to share what I have, some of the things I've played around with and been doing. Because, yes, you can use ChatGPT. It can help you, it can give you a Python script for Blender, help you create 3D objects. It can't get very detailed. You can't really ask it to build a house. You can ask it to build some simple things, but it also has one of the funnest things I've been doing is just geometric shapes, but adding different features to it, whether it be animation or some other kind of special feature. But it can also walk you through all the steps to help you create something. But there's also, for Visual Studio Code, if you use ChatGPT, you can connect Codex, which is the ChatGPT aspect, into Visual Studio Code, and it will actually help you. It will freaking write all the code for a scene in Decentraland. So you start it in the Decentraland builder. You click on the code button up at the top, opens up Visual Studio Code. You start Codex up, and you tell it what you want added. And it will literally create it for you right there. It does it in real time, just like when you're using the builder. If you're in preview, you can see it happening. And then you can tell it, this is working, that's not working, make your corrections as you go. Which I found to be pretty cool. So that's something I've been playing around with myself currently. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that, just as far as what we've already seen in the past year or 3 years, I remember when AI started entering the conversation, it's just going to move so quick, so that in 6 months from now, the things that we can't do today, I bet we'll be able to do them, or 2 years from now. I would not be surprised if we had some AI build tool integrated into, the client, into Creator Hub, because I bet that there would be a benefit of that they could find a program that they could optimize to work the best in Decentraland, rather than us pulling a million triangle build from CSM, and then somebody else is pulling a 2 million build from Meshy AI. I bet they could optimize it and streamline it even further, so that it's right there.
And if you have a Claude account, I mean, you can do it or unpaid, but it only lasts for so long. You can give Claude access to your desktop too, to automate things if you wanted. So I'm kind of starting to look into agents. I'm actually trying to put together, I have couple laptops. I'm trying to put together the strongest one to be a creator hub, and then be able to control it with the others and do other things on the other two. And hopefully get a figure out how to create an agent eventually here.
I feel like that is where the coolest possibilities are. Like I wish I could do that. I'd make a crazy agent just running around DCL messing with everybody. Like or I'd choose good. But like, Spongetron, he's so cool. That like I don't think we've even scratched the surface on what these things could be and the implications, like how it could either enhance or totally mess with our IRL lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you were in.
Nope, it was just filler.
The kind of like this conversation kind of like popped this thought. Well, it's not a thought. It was Kim had shared a Reddit post from a Bo Kinner on Reddit that said interested in virtual concerts in Decentraland, and then it says I'm reaching out after the 2025 music festival to they want to talk to people about their experience on Decentraland, and it's for their bachelor's thesis. They have 13 questions. They would love to interview people. And so then the first comment under it said, I once had a parcel in Decentraland, but generative AI and I don't know what the fuck, Jenny 3 have all killed this concept. Would you like, since we're talking about like, kind of like things like CSM, what was the one that you and Greensifer just mentioned?
Claude.
Claude. Like with Claude and CSM coming in and other generative 3D asset making softwares coming into play. Um, how do you feel about this statement? Do you feel like this statement is somewhat true, or would you feel like my personal opinion on it is that it still takes the human to make the asset, even if it's through an AI. It still takes the person to write the prompt, put it onto the Decentraland Creator Hub or however you may be deploying. From there, you could give it your human touch, and like I don't know. Any thoughts on the comment?
Bro, I would say like think about it like this. Um, Essentially, with AI in the playground, um, one person can build out all 100,000 parcels. Before, you can't do that because it will look the same, or you will have to do the work, and one person could never do the work, even if they worked for the rest of their life, to actually like build out the 100,000 parcels and then do it again tomorrow or like next week. You can't do that. You can never do that, especially like one person. You will need like 100,000 developers, and if they work in like coordination, bro, they could make the whole place really really live. But getting 100,000 people and making sure they stay, that's a challenge in itself. However, with the AI stepping into the playground, bro, one person. So essentially, if you want sinful, you could do it, dude. If you wanted to really badly, you're like, yo, dude, I don't care. Like, but by the way, I just wanted to mention, Dead Centraland. I've never ever heard that in my life. That's so cringe. I've heard Decentraland, but I've never heard Dead Centraland. But yeah, I
I
just want to
say
play.
Yeah,
that.
it was just someone that knows nothing of the concept trying to give their 2 cents. Sorry, Kenneth.
No, I minted Decentraland, not knowing that it's actually like a KOL here on X. Not that I care, but like after I minted, I was like, oh, that's actually like a person. But yeah, it's it's hard. There are some places, places on the map that are dead, like pretty much all of it. If you're walking around and you're not like, you don't know where going and like you don't find an experience. I mean, I think there's truth in that, and I think that that's like the place to get curious of like how to change that narrative, because even if, let's say, the whole thing was built out but no parties, no events, nothing organized is happening, we'd still have that feeling. So it's like we need the builds, but we also need the people who are like, you know, amplifying that message and like hosting events and doing all the things. But I think building out like some big initiative where I mean, I've always thought like we should do that, like try to build out, like do a challenge, try to build out, I don't know, 100 parcels of land in like 2 months, and like collectively could everybody, you know, contribute a little bit to do that. And I bet in 2 months we'd have some cool stuff built.
Real quick. CSM, is that CSM.ai?
That is,
Yeah.
but it's gone away.
I was
It
gonna
like
say, I was just on
folded.
there, and it's that's
Yeah,
okay.
I
That
don't
was gonna
know.
be my question.
I don't know why, because like it's every time you got something good, they're like, "Oh, we're taking it in a different direction." So I like, what direction are you taking it? Because like, are you going to go do brain surgery? Because you guys had something really good. So either you're rugging, or I don't know, or you're going to go work for like NASA or something. But there's other ones. There's like Meshy. There's
I love Meshi. And like I tried CSM last time I came here. I remember you recommended it, so I looked into it, obviously, right? And
Tripio too is
uh,
even better, actually.
have you tried Meshi yet? Existence?
Yeah, yes, but
Really? And Tripio's better?
yes.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm
Um,
research.
something else that's fun to play with. Meta. Ugh. Um, they have one. It's same. I'm looking for it right now, or trying to. Um, but you can so quickly. I don't know how to use this yet. Quickly, take just items off an image, and it will create a 3D version of it, but it's a different file. I guess it's been around. It's shit. Sorry. Let me find it. Try to find it. And it will create a 3D image of it, and it is something that you can then take into um, Blender, create a mesh. I don't know how much work that takes, but it's super fast. You can also then actually have it give you the GLB, create it as a GLB. Um, it's pretty crazy how fast it is too. Sam3 meta segment, anything.
Well, then Artista is saying 10 cent, which I know 10 cent is. I believe they're kind of like the same structure as Meta, like very corporatized and top down approach, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming if it's 10 cent, it's got to be the company's 10 cent, but I haven't used it at all.
So this is SAM3 at meta.com. And you can load any image, anything you want. You mask it, which I don't understand, but basically you create an outline of what it is you want, and it will immediately create you an image, and you can add more to it and actually create a whole scene. But I got to figure out. I don't know what the file is, or how to utilize it from there, because it does not have a mesh, but it looks pretty damn good, actually.
Well, and I think if people are using these, you know, these programs to create 3D models, like it's inevitable that you're going to learn something else about building through this. So like you can't just use AI to create a GLB without learning a little bit about the entire build process. So
Oh,
like
absolutely, because of the optimizing as well. So
yeah, and the
that's huge.
terminology and
Yeah.
importing, exporting. So I feel like the hackathon that was sponsored back in, what was it, October? I mean, so many people got into that, used it. Like I think it was one of those evolutionary events in Decentraland Builders that really pushed a lot of people to kind of like learn new things, step out of their comfort zone. And if we can just if people can continue to do that, and um, it makes it so much easier, I think, to go and build the next thing when there's just a collective like knowledge. And on that note, I will say that like, because I was waiting for old guy to come, but he is busy, so he will not be joining us today. But old guy had an amazing idea to create the Winterfest in February, so I guess this is a perfect kind of segue into that like we are hoping to get people who want to build something that could be like an experience, and have it like, it'll be going for 2 weeks, and then each day it'll be somebody else's like build. So we'll focus almost like, in my mind, the creators are the athletes. Like you'd have the, I don't know, the huge, like the Michael Phelps, the big banners up there, the athletes you're proud of, but instead of those, we'll have Decentraland builders. And that would be a great way if anybody is like thinking, geez, I want to push what I can do, but I also want to like start building my portfolio to be a builder in Decentraland, so that when the bull run comes back, my studio is there for people to see, and maybe they'll hire me. Like, in my mind, I think that's what we need to do. Like, I think that there's so many talented people here, and I think we need to start like, we need to start recognizing ourselves that we're freaking awesome. Like, I'm looking at you, Drip. um and I'm looking at Hayabusa, and I'm looking at so many others that like, you guys are good builders. Scat, I see you. I'm not saying that you're gonna like be a studio, but why not like start putting some things together so that if the opportunity ever comes up, you're like, yeah, I can build that. So because I know Foundation is gonna do more like build contests, the Regenesis Labs is, so I think we all need to like start pushing ourselves.
Bro, you're dropping mad alpha right now, so that's crazy.
Always.
Yeah, that's insane. Because as you were saying that, what was going on in my head, was basically like you're saying that there's a lot of power in a collective of artists working in coordination. That's what you're saying in my head, as you were saying that. Um, but yeah, bro, I'm like 100x long on that thesis right now. 100x long on that exact thesis. I think I always have been. I always have been, because like creators do need to get empowered, and when they have power, bro, they can do a lot of things. Um, and it's super valuable. Like, for example, okay, we were talking about the other people, right? But some people might have forgotten. Artifact came out of Decentraland, did. These guys are just making shoes and stuff, and then they blew up. And what they did was they leveraged creators also. They taught people, or like they inspired people to just learn, and and they're all still here, you know, still making stuff. And it's super awesome to see. But like, even as a collective, like, imagine if Decentraland had like a community of creators like that were just like, yo, this is the Decentraland creator community right here. Like, there could be like tourists, or like, people that like to have fun or whatever, but it's like, this is like Decentraland's creator, and basically anybody that ever wanted to come, they would be like, oh, these are all experts, because that's all they do. But
Dude, I love that. I would die happy if that was the case. I feel like in some ways, like, we do kind of do that like loosely, and I also think it kind of has to be done loosely, not forced, because that's what happened with districts. It was like forced, so it didn't happen. But like, if it's organically allowed to happen and people choose that route just because they're like, yeah, like I wanna help people, I think that's super powerful. And I bet Like in my mind, if we had another bull run, something crazy, I don't know if it'll ever do what it did before. I don't think it will, but I think it'll be it'll be something. Um there would be a need that like the need for people who could build would far surpass the people who can build in Decentraland, and not just like in Decentraland, but in Web3 in general. So I feel like always we should be like learning and growing and like keeping that door open that's 3 halls away from you. Like yeah, I don't want to be a builder, but damn, if somebody asked me to help build a game like with coding, like that'd be epic. So I think that like, we saw it last time around when there was a bull run. Small groups of people started banding together and made like builds. They made like games. Don't know if all of them lasted, but like it was cool to see that, like, I don't know, like the energy, the creative energy flow. I'm all about. But then also just pushing people to like, I should just be like a high school counselor or life coach, because I'm just like want to see people do what they love. Like that brings me so much joy.
Yeah, bro. There's a fine line though, right, Kanessa? I've been somewhat of a art inspirer bully sometimes, but I don't know, dude. It's a cross I'm willing to bear. To be honest, it's not a bad cross. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think that like as more opportunities come up for like paid gigs around Decentraland, like I think it's important to get paid. We all got to pay our bills, and so like if you can find your core group of people that you can lean on, maybe you're not even a structured team, but if you're like, man, if I need coding help, I go to this person. I think if somebody entered every build contest in 2026, they'd have a good chance of bringing some of the, like, I don't know, like winning the prizes or getting paid for their worth. And the more people that can do that in Decentraland, the more there's actually like validity. Like this is a place you can make, maybe not a living, but you can earn some on the side while building cool shit.
And bro, you raised such a good point right now. So basically, I've encountered that too myself. And I actually would know a little bit more than at least like the regular normie, right? So even like if somebody wanted to like 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 a project or something, wanted to come in and create something for Decentraland, bro, the barrier of entry is so insane because like they don't even know where to look, right? Because they're just like, yo, I'm here, and who do I talk to, where do I go, or anything, or where is anybody even reliable? Because they need it like instantly, bro. They think they need it like in a week or a month from now, but they actually in reality they needed it yesterday. So, bro, like for them, it gets crazy, right? Like, cause bro, I knew even me, right? Like, I'm not nobody, right? I was just having fun. But even for me, it was challenging. So I'm just like, bro, if like I knew coming in that there was like a whole group of people that do this all day, anyways, right? Bro, that would be my like obvious first choice, you know and that would like create an instant incentive structure even for the group itself. And bro, they would just like actually have like a sustainable model to like create together forever. And obviously that would inherently get like marketing out too, because like people would be like, yo, look what I got done in Decentraland, and they'd be like, what, there's 38 people there though, and be like, no bro, like, even if there is, bro, like, I got to get out infinite video content. You know how much you would have had to pay traditionally? Bro, even if you're doing AI, right? It's not the same. And you're not able to actually get, like, live experiences ever, right? Of, like, your build or, like, your front face of your brand or whatever, right? But I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I'm like 100% on this what you're saying, because I definitely 100% do agree. We do need a coordinated uh, group of creators, that create together, bro, and be like, yo, dude, look what we did. Because think about it, even like the biggest masterpieces that have existed in from time, right, bro? You always need like co-creators, bro. No matter how great of an artist you are yourself, so it's like
Yeah.
it, But yeah, I'm rambling.
No, I love it. I love it. So hey, can you come and build with us for February for winter Decentraland Winterfest Games? Is what we're calling it. I had to think about that for a second. Or like, or no, Community Winterfest Games. We're gonna have more information on it, and it's old guy. It's old guy's idea. It's really important that it's community run. Like it's gonna be people from the community. We might have a little support from other places. We have a little bit of funding for wearables and emotes. So, like, if you are able to make a wearable or able to make an emote, maybe hit me up on Discord if you have any interest. That is paid. And then we're definitely going to look out for like a DJ, you know, multiple DJs, kind of figure out like what we can do with it because we want it to be a pretty cool event. But yeah, if you can make a game, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could do it. It could be big, it could be simple, but it'd be pretty cool. And I think that I know a few people. Oh, there's a thread in the CBD Discord called Decentraland Winterfest. That's kind of like if you're interested, just come there and say hi. I want to make a wearable, you know, or something like that, and then we gotcha. And yeah, like it'll be pretty cool. It's a time of year where we need something like this. I mean, it's the Decentraland's anniversary or like birthday, but it's also just like there ain't a lot going on in January, February. And our idea is to create this. It's yesterday I deployed it. It's the largest build I've ever put in Decentraland, and it fucking worked. Like it, oops, language. My kids were almost listening. It freaking worked, and I can't tell you how excited I was. Like it's a lot. It's like how much land is it? Like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. It's like 36 parcels of land with moving animation on it. So I'm like stoked. Yeah, so if you want to build, I guess I don't know, like we're just gotta make it happen. I wish I could make a biathlon game because that would be so fun. But I don't have the ability to do it that quick. Oh, and I was gonna say, like, our idea is to do it this year, but then maybe make it something that every year it comes back for like, you know, 2 weeks. And maybe it's just for 2 weeks, some of these builds get changed up. Like, one idea I had was to have like an Olympic village, but we can't call it the O word. The big O has to go. So it's just like Winterfest Village. But then like maybe in there we have like a little storefront that says like Beyond the NFT. And then another one that's like on Monday. Another one like Meta Roaming Party. And then like that is where you move your location for this one like festival for this one time of year. And like everybody, you know, does a different venue. It just seems like it could be really cool and just change a pace, you know, because things get a little stagnant otherwise. Like just I think it'll be cool to put some new stuff in.
Yeah, dude. You know, I have an idea right now. I want to build like a jungle or like an island in Decentraland, and you know, just have fun with that. You know, just like drop a bunch of things, make some games. You know, um, I don't know, but that's what I feel like I'm gonna do. Um, I found these couple people. And it was basically Kanessa. It was kind of like the same thing. It was basically a group of creators, and I'm like, you guys have never discovered Decentraland, and obviously you need Decentraland because that's what you're looking for. So I'm like, bro, you guys are coming here. You know, so I'm totally like bullying people right now, but they're coming here, and they're gonna love it because this is exactly what they were looking for, and nobody just ever told them about it because they were too busy selling them a far inferior product for way, way, way overpriced for no reason. For no reason.
Yeah, man.